Hey, all right, there you go. Almost forgot to put the sound on like I did yesterday. Uh, so there was some let's toss this over here. There was some shenanigans going on with the Johnny Depp trial. Uh, I think the shenanigans is that all these people change their mind about like who's the bad guy in that whole thing. Ugh. Ugh. I am really tired. I said I was gonna be here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. The last day was gonna be Wednesday. That might be sooner than rather than later. Um, my verve has gone out of this gig. Uh, excuse me, and it happened fairly fast too, which is the crazy thing, right? I was looking around who's streaming. Not a lot of people. Not so I think people have moved on. And Elon Musk is buying Twitter. 44 billion. All right. Health speculation. Yeah, I know we're gonna have a lot going on here. Will Smith Netflix sequel Bright 2 reportedly canceled, unrelated to the Oscar slap. Is this so? Is this like I tell you, man? That's gonna echo in his industry because people are gonna feel a way about it, and everybody just prima donna, right? And a lot of people didn't like you before, and now you give an opportunity for them to be openly against you. They use this. Ugh, excuse me. Martial law. What is up with these people? They are really committed to taking over this government. They keep getting a pass. Martial law. Giving pictures of themselves. All right. When the royalty comes through, don't give pictures of yourself. How's that? Um. Yeah. I'm out here in my comfortable clothes. I need a shave and a shave. And it's Monday, and I'm sort of like, meh. And we like to go for at least 20 minutes. And here we are at the 6 minute mark. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So I'm thinking about making an executive decision and pulling the plug on this thing and just seeing everybody on Sunday, right? Um what are we doing here? All right, yeah. Uh we'll be back later with better content. Uh, and I guess that is gonna do it. This is gonna be one of the shortest shows in history. But man, I gotta tell you, the thrill is gone, baby, baby. The thrill is gone away. I want to thank everybody. Uh, since this stream was shut down, I want to thank everybody who came through, who helped me out last week for our fundraiser. We needed to raise $8, and we did it. That's why I thought we were going to be here. I thought we could probably do it by then, but we did it in like 2 days, right? We raised like the money, so woo, $8. Thank you guys. Uh, I may check in tomorrow for 10 minutes, and Wednesday for 10 minutes, and I won't kick this to any of the other sites. But the fun starts Sunday, so be ready Sunday. That's it. I mean, largely because one, there is really no news to report. We've said this before, other than Elon Musk buying Twitter for $44 billion. And here's the thing about that: when he was like, "I want to buy," it, they were like, "No, you can't have it. Poison pill. Nobody can have it. It's just us." The first thing I thought was like, how are you preventing somebody from buying your company and you don't own it outright? Right? Here's the thing: you can sell all that and keep control of the company, right? Sell 98% of it and keep 2% and keep voting shares, right? But somebody can buy your company, which is what just happened. Had you kept 51% of it, this would not have been able to happen to you. I know that. All right. I guess that's that. Yeah. Um, we want to thank you. We'll see you tomorrow for about 5 or 10 minutes, maybe. And the re kickoff is going to be Sunday, where we will count those episodes, and that'll be on another platform. And we'll see you in the next one. Next one's going to be, I think, tomorrow. Wow, this week is going to get hard to get through. I feel like I'm retiring or quitting, and I'm like at my last week of the gig. You know, when you zone out. Hey, William, I was actually about to end the broadcast because I was like, huh. But now that you're here, we can continue. Yeah, we've gone for 9 minutes because I don't. I mean, other than Twitter, there is no news, right? And this place is not. I'm surprised. First of all, I'm surprised you're still here, William. Uh, you might be the last person to cut the lights out. Um, yeah, I looked around. I hit follow, follow, and refresh. I only got two people. And I was like, oh. So I don't. I like. I was sort of joking being the last one to cut the lights out. I don't want to be the last one to cut the lights out. And I thought Wednesday was going to be our last day. Like I said, normally I take Thursdays off. Um, I don't even know if this stream is going to make it to Wednesday. So maybe we should just start streaming immediately. Have Sunday be the official start time. I think that makes sense. We're gonna have Sunday be the official start time, and tomorrow we'll just start on Twitch. Cause seriously, I was here yesterday by myself, and I was like, okay. And then I looked around, and I was like, man, there's a couple of diehard people with like 2,000 fans, right? One late, and but they both were talking religion when the people that I saw, and I was like, I think uh, I think we're down to the last hardcore like gristle on the bone, right? Um, and who knew? That's us. So, huh? That's interesting. He should, cause he eat their lunch. And the only people who are happy about this are the Democratic Party. And Trump is fairly mercurial, so something tells me he might change his mind. Cause people keep talking shit about him, and if they let him back, I mean, it's new ownership, right? And how do you ban the president from tweeting, which is just the arrogance of these people? Uh, he should rejoin Twitter. I wonder what his rationale was. Twitter. Trump insists he has no problem to rejoin, even if Elon Musk Twitter and what it means for Donald Trump suspended. Trump's back is down 4% since Elon Musk disclosed Twitter stakes. Trump's social stock hammered as Elon Musk cuts Twitter deal. Trump says he won't return to Twitter if account reinstated after Musk. He says he won't. Trump insists he has no plans to rejoin. Did he say he has no plans to rejoin? Or did he say he won't? Those are two very different headlines. NAACP urges Musk to keep Trump off Twitter. And there is your problem with the NAACP. It is not your fucking business to play these political games. You have one. I'm not even gonna get into it, but yeah, they've long ago missed their mandate. Um, yeah, people are being shot in the head. What are you fucking you doing? Uh, Trump. Okay, so these are three stories. I will save the NAACP story for last. I'm just curious. This one says Trump SPAC is down 44% since Elon Musk disclosed Twitter stakes. Elon Musk's quest to become a social media mogul is dealing a blow to Donald Trump's social venture. Shares of Digital Media World Acquisition Corporation, the controversial blank check firm that plans to merge with Trump Media and Technology Group, fell 30% on Monday, close to $35.71 a share. Wow, that's really up there. That's the lowest level since the Trump deal was announced in October. And the sell-off comes as Musk reach a deal to take over Twitter, one of the big tech companies Trump had vowed to take on. At one point, the stock was down as much as 19%. There's no need to download Truth Social. You can get it on Twitter, said Matthew Kennedy, senior IPO market strategist. Who says you can get it on Twitter? Oh, good Lord. All right, what does this one say? Yahoo News. Trump insists he has no plan to rejoin Twitter even if Elon Musk reinstates his account. April 25th, 2024, 18 p.m., 2-minute read. Former President Donald Trump said Monday he would have no interest in rejoining Twitter even if his account was reinstated by Elon Musk. He has no interest, insisting that he plans to stick with his fledgling social media network, Truth Social. I'm not going on Twitter. I'm going to stay on Truth, Trump told Fox News in a statement that he issued. Musk's $44 billion buyout offer to Twitter was accepted unanimously by the company's board. Elon buys Twitter because he'll make improvement to it and is a good man, but I'm going to stay on Truth. Trump statement said, "Oh, okay." So he's got a, well, I think when that thing crashes, he's going to be on Twitter like everybody else. And he should, because he should eat their lunch. They're bad at their jobs. NAACP urges Musk to keep Trump off Twitter. Domain founder and CEO Adam Dell urges Elon Musk has a reasonable approach for Twitter platform. I love Michael Dell, who started Dell Computers in his garage. I mean, come on, man. Louis Cassiano, Fox Business. Where's the date on this stupid thing? Published 1 hour ago. There's no date though? That's weird. There's no date. Okay. Um, as news of the $44 billion purchase of Twitter by Elon Musk reverberated through social media world, the NAACP urged Tesla CEO to rid the platform of hate speech and falsehoods and keep in place a ban on former President Donald Trump. You know, they're just fucking ridiculous at this point. They don't do any of the shit that they're supposed to do, but they're always being, oh my god. Wait, Donald Trump asked if he could join the NAACP? Why don't I remember that? Um, must secure the funds. First of all, I want to know who's buying this. This was an American company until the people bought it. Who? That's part of the problem. Who owns these? Who's on the board? Who owns this fucking company? Who's raising $44 billion for what some people told me is a depressed stock? He gave everybody like a lot more than what they asked for the buyout, right? That's why I was like, how do you not sell this? Like people on the board or the stockholders should lose their shit, right? So now you don't get to be kings of the walk anymore. Use the private jet and all this other shit. Um, you're just stockholders and you're out. That's what you get for selling off 98% of the company. We're going to keep voting shares, but now you can be bought off completely, and that's what happened. If you ever start a company, keep 51% of the shares, or keep 45% and make sure no one else can get, you know, 45%. This guy has two, this guy has three, this guy has one, right? And then as soon as you get money, that billionaire money, you run out and you buy up the other 6%. So you maintain 51% actual control of it, not weird word game control of it. And then you lose the whole fucking thing, right? This also happened, I remember, to the guy who started Men's Warehouse. I'm also, that guy who, uh, you look good in the suit that, like, remember Men's Warehouse? He sold off another company that there was a hostile takeover, and they took it over and put him out. He still gets checks because he owns stock, but he doesn't run shit anymore, right? If you start it, you want to keep your baby. Don't sell it off. You better watch some of these guys who give you freaking advice. Not me. Oh, if you could join the NAACP, um, you know, I don't see any reason why not. Otherwise, they're a racial group that doesn't allow you in. But I mean, I could see them going to court to keep you out. Just like I can see Jewish people going, this is a Jewish organization, and it's sort of like that thing and keeping people out. Um, unless it's a school, right? Well, it's just they're not teaching you religious education; they're just sending you to school, and you can go to like a school for educational purposes without being religious. But other than the rest of it, like getting baptized and or getting what do they call it, bar mitzvah or whatever, it's specific to groups that I think that people may want to be represented or not want. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a really good question. I can see how, but it could fall both ways. The transaction is expected to close in 2022, subject to approval of Twitter stock. They received the application regular approval and the satisfaction of other customary closing conditions. The dude is like the CEO of like four companies already. Twitter independent board chairman Brett Taylor said the company conducted a thoughtful and comprehensive process to assess Elon Musk's proposal with deliberate focus on value, certainty, and financing. Musk, a self-described free speech absolutionist, has been critical of the platform and its chief executive Parag Agrawal's approach to free speech. Yeah, they're all for free speech for themselves and not for anybody else. Free speech is the bedrock of the fundamental democracy. And Twitter, first of all, Elon Musk is not even an American citizen. It's beginning to make me crazy that all these people come here. He's here via South Africa. All these people come here with their money and set up shop like we're running a fucking youth hostel. And then start buying shit and push and what? All of this stuff is illegal. It's illegal. It's what the founders warned you about. We've lost this democracy. We really have. We really have lost this democracy. All right. Do I even want to finish reading this? Oy. A free speech absolutionist. What does that even mean? Free speech is the back. Shut up. You're not even. Oh my God. You're from South Africa. What the fuck do you know about democracy? Uh, I'm telling you, man, they are causing problems in this country, and it's ridiculous. The American Civil Liberties Union know that Musk was a card-carrying member and one of the most significant supporters, but warned of danger of allowing one person to have such power. In today's world, a small handful of private tech companies, including Twitter, play a profound and unique role in enabling our rights to express ourselves online. ACLU Executive Director Anthony Romero said in a statement. Social media is a critical tool used to share ideas, express opinions, and consume information that has real life impact in discourse in the offline world. We should be worried about any powerful central actor, whether it's a government or any wealthy individual, even if it's an ACLU member, having so much control of the boundaries of our political speech. Okay, yeah. What is the point of this statement? Nobody's gonna have it. Somebody got to do it. Would you rather government do it? You don't want government to do it, whether it's government or one wealthy individual. Idiot. Someone has to do it. You'd rather it be government than Elon Musk, but they're saying nobody. That doesn't make any sense. I'm sick of that. I'm sick of that guy. Yeah, they always want to vote and they never deliver. But there you are sitting on TV making a lot of money with these ridiculous people and this ridiculous philosophy of yours. Um, yeah, he's not serious. Speech online. In recent years, Twitter has found itself in a tight spot amid heavy scrutiny from both sides of the political aisle. Conservatives claim the platform has silenced them and arbitrarily enforced its rules. Trump used Twitter daily to promote his policies and lash out at his enemies. Many progressives accuse the social media giant of allowing him to promote lies and conspiracy theories that could result in violence. Yeah, they're just accusing everybody of being a racist. This is what the Democrats do. They don't do shit, but they accuse everybody of being a racist, as they do nothing. Trump is a racist. Okay. All right. If he's a racist, so are the Clintons. It's just the same ilk. Trump account was permanently suspended following the January 6, 2021 insurrection. Stop calling it a fucking insurrection at the Capitol after weeks of claiming President Biden's election was not legitimate. After close review of recent tweets from the real Donald Trump account and the context of them, specifically how they received and interpreted on and off Twitter, we have permanently suspended the account. First of all, it's not up to him how his comments are received and perceived, right? What did he say that you have a problem with? And this is the problem with fucking Twitter. I mean, I moved. I haven't been on Facebook in like 4 years. I want to say, because of fuckery, right? And I don't support fuckery. And I really barely tweet. I got it because my family's on it now. There's people who are not my family on it, so I have to adjust my Twitter game if I'm to keep it. Um, they just say whatever, right? I mean, it's like that joke I told on YouTube, and I got a strike for COVID disinformation. I was like, it's a fucking joke. It's like if I said, why did chicken cross the road to get the other side and got a strike for cruelty to the animals? It was just that arbitrary and ridiculous. So, man, don't even. Okay, we're not even going to talk about Obama. Yeah, none of it makes any sense to me anymore. But so I was doing some research, and Twitter holds your shows for 2 months. So they'll just keep burning shows. So I'm gonna have to record them or stream simultaneously to another platform, YouTube, which holds the content. Um, it's gonna be a very interesting shift. Am I looking forward to it? It's the same shift, right? I'm still gonna be streaming every day. But this time I'll be able to play games because I noticed when I was talking to you, my homie got on. He's playing now, so at least I'll be able to like hop in and let the stress go and play some games. And I've got all kind of stress because I cannot fucking get this chord. All right, so here's my problem. I'm pretty good at my bar chords, right? Here's my bar chord. Pretty nice. Been working on my bar chords, right? There's a half bar chord. Let's do it right here. So here's my problem. This, I have to, actually, I really want to like bar these three lines so I can do minors by lifting my finger. So I have to bar this, but I also have to come over. This is supposed to be a simpler bar chord. Come over and mute it with my thumb. Nothing. That's supposed to be simpler than this. Yeah. That's not better, but still. It gets harder up. The further up the neck you go, the harder it gets. So, it's supposed to be simpler, and I'm like, oh yeah, I just, no. Because it's supposed to be simpler. Why is it not simpler? Even if I don't bring my whole thumb around, right, and I miss the top string, right, it's better. What I have to do then is what I have to do then is be a little more precise. I don't have hand strength. That's all that rattling. Okay, that rattle. That rattle. Better. Yeah. Anyway, oh, the pianist guy? No, I didn't. I hate to say I didn't. Uh, I ran right past it. But yeah, I I I gobble up guitar videos like Eminem's. Um, so I think I learn a lot more than my fingers can catch up with, which I guess is a good thing, right? Root note, second, third, right? Minor, fourth, major, fifth. You know, I know the song. 10 months, right? I sort of feel like I know what I'm up against, and now it's time to try to be a musician by writing songs and learning stuff. But now I know I'm still a rank ass beginner, right? I've got so much enthusiasm. I don't know if that's the right thing to be calling it here, right? I've got so much enthusiasm. But yeah, my fingers are just the slowest, thuddiest, stupidest, thickest sausages you're gonna find in the continent. He asked guitarists to play Ride on the Storm chords, but guitarist said not as easy as on the organ. Riders on the Storm by the Doors. Excuse me. A lot of this is me getting up so early. So how am I gonna? I need just to. Sunday's gonna be 10 o'clock. Um, maybe I'll start the show at 3. Every day at 3, and game till about 8. That's a pretty good stretch. 3, maybe not 3 hours. Maybe 3 to 6, or 4 to 8, 5 to 6. I have no idea. Uh Normally when I played back in the day, I would get the urge to play around 7:30. It was after I walked the dog, right? It was after I cooked something, so if I was hungry, I could just run in. I could throw something in the bowl. This was before DoorDash. You could just pop out for a second, order a DoorDash, and get it while you're streaming. So I guess that's not bad. But the sweet spot with me was like from about 6:37. We get in, the dog will be well walked, that's fresh out the park, uh, fed, she'd be exhausted. I'd start playing, and she'd lay under my computer at my feet, and she'd be there for hours. And she'd be snoring and farting. Right? She was just the best dog. And I would be there playing video games and drinking, taking small breaks. You had to, like, my homie would have to do something. Somebody needed him, somebody called him. All right, he'd take a 10-minute break, he'd take a 15-minute break. Sometimes we play and the dog wasn't ready. Then I go, all right, I got to take her out, and then run the dog out for 20 minutes or so, and then come back in and hop back in the game. And we do this, and we'd play midnight and better. He would take off because he's got a life. But sometimes I would just game till like 3 in the morning. So I know I can game for like 6, 7 hours. And you're like, oh, my back hurt, my ass hurt, my fingers hurt. You're like, what time is it? Not all the same game. Sometimes you're like, I'm done with this. So let's play something else. But yeah, from about 8 o'clock to about 10, 11. But I'm not that young anymore. I don't know if I can be gaming for 5 hours. Uh, and plus, all these people have these cool like lights back there. I want I want to up the energy of the show. I don't know. He has to play a song. Riding on the Storm is harder to play on an organ than on a guitar. Hmm. Yeah, look at me. I need a shave. I am a mess. A mess. Uh, it's gonna be awesome. This whole new phase of this thing on Twitch is gonna be awesome. Uh, I'm thinking. I don't know. Show doesn't even have a name. I need to professionalize up my deal and put all the issues in its proper places. Um, but yeah, that's it. All right. Ooh. Okay. So we've been streaming for about 30 minutes. I guess we're gonna call it. We don't really have much else. So you got anything else for us, William? We don't really have much else other than me worrying about the new phase of the podcast, which is Sunday streaming and com. But I think that chat is a little more forgiving than this chat is. Um, yeah, and like always, we're gonna be there every day, talking shit and gaming. We're just trying to figure out the time. Cause I gotta tell you, my day job sucks, right? But I get up so early to do it, and by the time I'm streaming, I've been up for 12 hours. So I don't know how much further I can go. That's why I'm sort of interested in starting it early before I peter out. But I also know like the sweet time of gaming for me anyway. It's like 6, 6, 7, right? That's when you want to get in there. Um, Plus I've been having some weird like not lag issues. like disconnect issue with my carrier. I never had this issue when I lived in New York, and I have it all the time here in Virginia. Um, I remember I used to rage when like this streamer was just would not do the right thing back in like, let's say, last year, August, September, October, right? Before I was like, I'm not even gonna lose my shit over it. It's technology, and I was better about it. I feel like I got all those weird, quirky kinks out in this restreamer before the death of it, and now I can be a professional streamer. On I actually am a professional streamer. I made $200 thanks to you guys. Um, really, really, no single them. They're not gonna do anything. I guess not, right? What would you celebrate? What would you be celebrating? You can only drink about losing your job. Uh, Actually, they're not. I heard that they have another platform, so they're gonna be fine. But the rest of us, you know what? Pour out a little for my homie who ain't here, right? We're not gonna be here the 5th. Do we even want to show up the 5th? No. I'm telling you, man. I clicked on this thing and I hit random. Only 2 people showed up. Let's do this thing again. Hit random. Yeah, nonsensical nonsense is upstreaming with Tony D. Uh, yeah, I hit and no, it didn't change at all. So what? 3 people, maybe 2 people are streaming. Me and him. Oh boy. Yeah. So I think what we're gonna do is we may pop in tomorrow for 15 minutes to keep it solvent, to keep it fair, to keep it honest, right? I've even got my freaking uh gi yoga pants relaxed. So I didn't even put on actual pants. Uh, I was talking to my homie about guitar pedals, right? About where to put it because right now it's there. Uh, and what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in the other room and use my acoustic. Uh, well, here's the thing about it: you can use the acoustic anywhere. But when I get this up, I can just plug the electric and the acoustic into the the system, and I don't need it here. But what I need all that other fun stuff for, so I'll just leave that in the living room next to the big TV, and as I'm watching Netflix, I will canoodle my fingers into some semblance of freaking coordination. Eh, Excuse me. And my homie told me, you should learn to freaking play something or bar already. I think he's right. Is the tattoo removal going to be on Twitch? No, I think I'm just going to go over it. I think what I want is a circle with flames, like a black sun, like an eclipse on it, because, black sun, get it? Someone's black sun. Get here. Okay, fine. Puns. I love puns. I love picture puns. I love deep and meaningful puns, and that's what I got to go over this. A nice round circle, you can't go wrong. But now I was thinking my new favorite thing is hexagons, right? Uh, so I might get a hexagon over with a black sun in it, and a hexagon corona outside of it. When I played Dungeons and Dragons, my character was a ranger, and his shield on his shield, I always have something with my last name because my last name is Armor. On his shield, he had a sun with a sword through it, and there was 3 swords. It was and the broken sword was the cross and the A. I know it's not clever. It's just, but it was 30 years ago. Okay. Um, I could play Dungeons and Dragons again. The world is wide open. William, have you ever played Dungeons and Dragons? Just curious. I could get this tattoo on Twitch. But here's the thing: when I first got the first one, I cried like a bitch. So I don't know if y'all want to see me on Twitch going. People like, come on, man, stop crying. I didn't even touch you yet. Yeah, y'all don't want to see that. You ever play any D&D, William? Forever went on until forever wine. See, here's your problem. There's always some girl in that town whispering bullshit in your ear, right? And he fell for it. Was he married to this actress from France or whatever? They were cool, and then he left her for Amber Heard, and Amber Heard burnt him. And then those women had to come out and go, you know, it's fucked up that my marriage to him is over, but he never hit anybody. All these other women, 30 years out of his life, coming around having to say that none of this is the truth. Uh, you just picked badly, my bro. Right? Maybe your stupidity isn't the woman that you picked, but the woman that you left. Shame on you, forever one known. Why would you? Why would you? The only names you ever get tattooed on you are your mother and your kid's name. Even if your kid never talks to you, they're always your kid. Even if you got some issue with your mom, she's always your mom, right? Always your dad, somebody like that. Don't get girlfriends or married names because weddings aren't permanent anymore, and people leave people. So don't get spousal names on you because, like I said, weddings aren't permanent. They should be permanent. They should be like tattoos. They are not like tattoos. They're like erase markers. Uh, Love on the rocks ain't no big surprise. Pour me a drink, and I'll tell you some lies. A famous poet once said that. Oof. 42522 Monday. That is as interesting as the title of this thing is. Oh, that's not good. All right, so so Sunday will be the first Sunday session. Uh, and we'll number them whenever we do one, we'll number. It won't be, and we'll throw the date in there just so we know what we're doing. But we'll number them from here on out. And I was thinking, should we number them 0001, which implies we're heading for 1,000, right? Or should we just do 001, right? Or one? Because when you look them up, they'll look better when they generate in the algorithm. See, they're always thinking. All right. No video games. Remember, they used to have one gun shooting game in grocery stores. I remember that where you like you were. Am I thinking about the one that was red and green? There were two policemen, and people would scroll across the screen. You had to shoot the bad guy and not shoot the. There were so many gun games back in the day. I remember one where there was a cowboy. You had to like outshoot like the bad guys as you walk down the cowboy street, like this Wild West town, and they would pop out of saloon doors and off of like brothel balconies and all this shit. Man, I remember my dad would give me and my brother a fiver, and we'd go to the arcade and spend forever there. My dad bought us. Well, obviously, who else was gonna buy it? My dad bought us our first video game system and hooked us forever. Well, my brother doesn't play anymore because he's got you know a family and obligations. Um, but man, I fell in love with video games, right? And then I found like dungeon crawlers and shit. My brother was reading like a book. Now there was no pictures, but you could figure out like the story and click this and go here on a Commodore 64. And I was like, huh. And then pictures came in. I forget the one we had. but the first dungeon crawler, and it was on narrative, and it was fucking awesome. I was more interested in writing the movie Rocket Ship for a quarter. 'Cause that was a while ago. Wasn't Rocket Ship for a quarter? I remember those. Those were like those went out in like the the early the mid to early 70s, right? By 1978, there weren't any of those things around, were there? Um, one here and one there. But I remember riding them as a kid and loving it. How big must you be to be on those things? That shows you how old that memory is, right? I have memories where I remember because my height, right? I was just about taller than my mother's kneecap, and she would hustle me from place to place, almost dragging me, and I was fully extended, however tall my mother was, right? Um, these are the things you remember. The first lady you loved, right? Walk running around the town with your mom, getting ice cream if you're good, a bag of potato chips here and there, going to see friends, right? All this kind of stuff. Uh, when you're young boys or young girls or whatever the case may be. Yeah, I gotta call my mom. I didn't call her this week. Wow, William, you saved the pod. We've got 7 minutes. Had you not shown up, I was gonna end this thing in 10 minutes in. Always. And then crack and drug came, and they were like, "Don't put your finger in the payphone thing." Remember that? But every place there was a payphone, people started breaking them, right? And then there weren't any payphones anywhere when you need to call the cops. So I remember the environment before people start screaming. There are too many policemen, right? I remember the environment, um, and I was lucky to be young and fit in that environment. I would have hated to have been a lady in that environment, um, or an elderly person in that environment. The crack epidemic years were a fucking shit show, and I believe that we were abandoned and blamed, right? And now you have this sort of the same thing with opioids. Now everybody gets hugs. So I don't know, man. I gotta look at it like my 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 history dictates how I view these things, and I can view it no other way, uh, other than unfairness. Having said that, I don't think that when I say this, I don't think I shock people because the place has been unfair. Um, and every now and then I run into people talk about, you know, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. I've got no patience for those people. So yeah, I think Twitter's gonna be interesting because there's gonna be a lot more of those people showing up with bullshit. So we're gonna be talking politics, social justice. We're gonna be gaming or any game. But I was thinking like maybe the first thing we play should be Universal, Your Europa Universalis. That game is too hard for me. I'm just stupid. Maybe we'll lower the volume down to moron and run Europe. But the game I am playing now, trying to get my head around, is Crusader Kings, um, which I've got a better start in. But we can play this game called Democracy, or I was going to play by this game called Mr. President, in which you run the country, and you've got all these people to choose them to be your Secretary of State, your Defense Secretary, your da 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 da. You got to keep all these constituents. But I have that game. It's called Democracy 3. And the last time I played it, I got killed. I got assassinated. So I was like, we should play that where I'm the president and we can see if we can fix America's problems without getting murdered like the last time I played it. I always say the gays killed me, but it wasn't. There's no gays in the game. Well, there are gay, right? There's a constituency, the artsy fartsy people that I was calling the gays, and the artsy fartsy people killed me. The people who I'm supposed to be part of, the artsy fartsy people. Essentially, I'm artsy fartsy, right? Not rich, not I'm a laborer too, but so I can fit into a couple of these categories. Not military, not elite, right? Artsy fartsy people, painter drawers, protesters. They killed me. Outrageous. I was like, how did I piss off? I sort of expected the right winger gun people to kill me, but I did. I did think that the liberal people were doing too much crying in the game, and I was like, okay, I got to balance out military stuff, and you got. I was close to giving people like healthcare. Killed me in my third year of my first term. No, wait, hold it. No, 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 no. Killed me in my second year of my second term. I think the game lets you win a re-election. But yeah, but it was close. I was like, ooh, I thought things were going well, and they did me in. So maybe we'll maybe we'll play that uh, and see if we can run the. But I don't know how. Look, there's a way that they play games that they partition it, and I don't know how to do that. So if I play 6 hours, I'm gonna have to in that week sort of edit it down. And where would the proper edit breaks be in video game? I know what the proper edit breaks would be if I was reading a book, right? The end of chapters, right? Maybe the end of a paragraph. We'll leave it here and get back. How do you do that with games? These are the things we have to learn with new hobbies, people. It's gonna be awesome. All right, we've got 3 minutes. Ooh, we got 3 minutes. Another thing is when we start gaming, I can sort of put this. I can retire this. Ooh, my essentially my guitar chair. Uh, the problem with that one is it has an armrest on it, and you can't put a good. It's hard to play the guitar in that chair. As well as that chair doesn't rise up as high as I need it to rise up when I'm doing podcasting because I like to sit up higher. But when I'm playing, it's right exactly where I need it to be. And since the camera's right there, and I may not use the camera, I'm just used to talk to you in the chat. But when we're gaming, we may not use the camera. I mean, why would you need to see me, right? I mean, you know what I look like. Uh, and then we'll take it to everybody's playing Elden Ring. Um, Yeah, I said before. Look, you raise all these people on these violent video games, and this is what you wrought. Every time you turn around, we're at war, and the new kids who war are really good at technology. They dropped him after we showed you that tape. Dropped a drone on that guy. Dropped a drone. Dropped a bomb on that guy. Hit him right in the top of his head and blew his head clean off. He didn't even get to take his hands out of his pockets. He was just this one lone guy walking down the street. This one lone Russian, and they just dropped it on him. They must have dropped it on him from about 200 feet. I wonder if he even heard it. Maybe it was higher. Maybe that camera was zoomed in. Cause I was like, he didn't. He just got hit in the head with it. That is, and you saw half of his head go this way, and the other half shoot off into the bushes. And I was like, wow, wow. All right, here we go. Ugh, 59 seconds, boys and girls. So what are we gonna do? Let's put this here because it's gonna sound in a second. What are we gonna do? Um, we're gonna be back here tomorrow. We are. We are like we said. We're likely to do tomorrow and Wednesday. Maybe we won't do Wednesday. Is that? It better not be. Thought I saw a mosquito in here. It is that time. It was 85 degrees today. Woo! I had all the windows up. I had the sunroof open. The music was loud. The sunglasses was on. We were getting it in. We were getting it in. It was good. It's gonna be warm tomorrow, and then it's gonna drop down to 60 for the next 5 or 6 days. Cold front. That's fine. All right, that's it for us, boys and girls. We got like 12 seconds. I want to thank everybody. Uh, we're gonna be back tomorrow. We'll likely be back Wednesday, and then we'll give it a break until we reset the show. We re-kick it off. Let's do this anyway. We re-kick it off Sunday. So Monday, Wednesday, okay, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's 3 days off, and then Sunday show. I never have a plan. I should have a plan. I should have this figured out better than I have it figured out. All I It's the story of my life. All I know is what general direction I'm heading in, and I'm headed toward Twitch at Sunday. The Sunday session will likely be 11. We're gonna move that later. Um, it might be even be 12 because we can start playing when we start on Twitch. So maybe it doesn't need to be 10 in the morning, right? Who's gonna be playing video games at 10 in the morning other than me? So maybe the Sunday session we'll move it to 11. That sound. I said that with complete confidence. We'll move it to 11. Uh, yeah, I think 11. Sunday service at 11. Sunday session at 11, and the pods kick off at 7. That would move it back a half hour. That would give me something to eat, or 3. I have no idea. Man, we're gonna have to. I think we're gonna have to start trying new formats. Um, Not new formats, but roughly new times. I want to do it early. I think I can do it earlier. I think I just have to get used to a different thing. And if this goes well, then maybe I don't have to get up so early. Right? I can get up a little later and have it and do it a little later. But yeah, I think that first game is going to be a political game. We like politics. Um, oddly enough, there's a lot of politics in Dungeons and Dragons. Uh, and plus we have the standard shooters if we get bored. So I think we're covered. Excuse me. Because one of the main things that was happening was when it lulls, we end up sort of like not covering a lot. But we can do that. Why it is dark? I should have cut on some lights. Yeah. Or if somebody left like more than one coin in there, when you hit that coin return and heard the jingle, it was like hitting the jackpot. We returned bottles and cans, but not pie plates. Pie pans, really? You can return pie pans? Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. There were so many hustles. That shows that America has never really worked for people. Like all these like weird hustles. I mean, look, not water. Well, water is infinitely recyclable. Glass is almost infinitely recyclable. Plastic is not, and we're still using plastic. We don't make any sense. Uh, we should have stopped using plastic as soon as we found out that it was poisoning everything, and it was in all the fish. And the corporation like fuck that. So we need to somehow get our country back from corporations, and that's that. All right, boys and girls, I am gonna get back to some guitaring. Excuse me. Let's cut that on. Oh Lord. Oh, I gotta stretch a little bit. Get back to some guitaring. Let's stand that up, and let's move this in. Oh no. Let's put this here. There you go. Uh, and I am gonna play some video game. Talk some. Oh wow. Okay. All right. So here you go. This is about. I guess this is about gonna be the tenor of the shot. Man, oh, look at all the gray hair. It's awesome. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna be here playing video games and smoke, talking smack, and I guess smoke and smoke too, but talking smack. Uh, Sooner rather than later. Please like and subscribe and donate as you see fit because we're gonna raise some money. We're gonna like try and start some shit. Uh, well, I want everybody's raising money. Well, actually, it's their job, so they're earning a salary there. But we want to raise money. We want to see if we can actually pull off some fucking little man versus the giant kind of thing. And I think that's like funding like a couple of Boy Scout troops or little leagues or something, right? Not crazy, but maybe like two, three of them would be nice. How much would that be? I think we said a couple of days ago, right? If we could put $500 uh thing in their coffers, that'd be nice, right? But we'll see. We don't know about donations. We'll look at that because you can do that over there too. So we'll look up all these avenues and somehow sort of spread the wealth while we foment rebellion because that's what we're doing here, and sort of make the world a little better. Talk shit, ask questions about why people are doing whatever the heck it is that they're doing. Um, and in between times, we we'll talk about all the good shit, science fiction and some good history, some real true crime and solve it. We've been solving crimes, man. Yeah, we solved that girl who went missing at the YouTube girl, right? We solved this Russian lady and the handyman lover case. So yeah, I think we might have to open up a detective agency, you and me, William. At least you don't have to move stick. That's true. That's true. You know what? We're like Russia in the '80s, where they just kind of like swapped out the name and kept the army and all the other stuff. So yeah, man, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I'm still thinking of if I should do like a 12-hour stream. Some people have 24-hour streams when they start. 12 I could do a 12-hour stream. I could stream from like 10 to 10 at night. uh I have to get a website. There's a lot of stuff I did not expect to like have this thing grow to like uh it's like it's my hobby, but now my hobby is beginning to grow, and thanks to Ted, who was like, this is how you get to the next step if you're going to really do this right. um I remember how Joe Rogan started, right? It was just him and some dudes in his living room talking shit. Show number one, show number two, show number three, right? No expectations. And that's kind of where I was, no expectations. Now I'm like, maybe I should have an expectation, try and grow the doggone thing. Um, and I'm sort of in between the no expectation and having a lot of expectation kind of thing. Uh, I mean, everybody likes to succeed, right? But are you still doing shows? How you mean? Will we still be here? Yeah, we're gonna take likely Thursday, Friday, and Saturday off, and we'll be back Sunday doing shows. I'm just trying to reorganize the format. We will still be here kicking it, William. I'll be here if you'll be here. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but we're just trying to figure out how we're gonna implement all this new stuff now that we've got new opportunities. Like the games, you may not like the games we play, so we may have to get the new game. Oh, I was supposed to do a show with Ted yesterday, and I was like, "Let me call you after I eat." And then I ate, and it was like 7, and I was no, I think it was like 8, and I was exhausted. I was like, "Dude, I can't even." So the show he did yesterday, I was that he put on YouTube, I was supposed to be on, and I actually had to cancel. It's the first time I canceled on Ted, because I was like, "Yeah, man, I'll be fine." And then by the time it showed up, I was just kind of like, "Oh boy, what time is it?" And I was hitting my mark of having been up for like 20 hours. Not 20 hours, like 18 hours. Well, I got up at 5. Wow, 15 hours. Normally, I didn't feel that way. In my young man days, I didn't feel that beat until I hit the 20-hour mark. Now I'm beginning to feel that beat at the 12 and 13-hour mark. Microplastics have been found in human bodies, even in our lungs and blood. Should we be worried? Here's what scientists. Weren't we just talking about National Geographic? Weren't we just talking about the plastic? We just mentioned it. We just mentioned it. Oh, come on, man. We're about to have 1 trillion followers on our new broadcast, William. Yeah, we know what the problem is. They're just not selling the problems. Why are we still using fucking plastic? I mean, look, industrial plastic where they keep like 100 gallons of syrup or sugar or whatever, totally fine. But everybody doesn't need plastic in the house. Every single household has too much plastic in it, and you should be able to move that out of the system. Oh, the Celtics? Yeah, I don't watch basketball. I do baseball, I do football, I do some golf, uh, and tennis. But you got any box scores for baseball for me? What is the baseball? I'm not even gonna look up box scores. What is this? 7 mistakes. The hustle and the scammers. It's the pandemic and people are hustling. You know, there's some things where you should just get arrested and do like 30 years in jail. If it's a pandemic and you're selling people bogus shit about pandemic stuff, you should be looking at a lot of jail time. Paul David, Open D cover. Yeah, no, we're not gonna do that. Microplastics have been found in human bodies. Do we want to read that? Look at this shot of microplastics. Is it? Hold on, let me see if I can move it. It's ooh. All right. Hey, it's essentially. Oh, there's a lot of light kicking off of this. It's essentially on this guy's finger, right? And you can sort of see if I can just sort of. Eh, see, it's just like tiny little plastics on this guy's finger. Oh, I mean, hold it. Did I? I did this before. Why didn't I do this? Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. All right, that's better. Look at this. That's a problem. Don't tell me that's not a problem. That's a problem. You can see the ridges of his fingertips. And it's in your bloodstream, it's in your heart, it's in your lungs. Microplastics are in our bodies. How much do they harm us? The science is unsettled. It's not supposed to be in your body. It's not unsettled. The scientists, researchers say the cause. Researchers say there is cause for concern. We have wiped ourselves out on this planet. This is our petri dish, and we destroyed the petri, not petri dish. Uh, what do they call those things? Terrarium, and we destroyed our terrarium. He gave away. Why does he have a supply of COVID pills? And shouldn't a doctor be making sure whoever he gives these pills to? Good lord, I mean, he's just another grandstander to get into Congress. He doesn't need to be there. I mean, it's not the Congress isn't a place where the best of us go. It's a place where the rich people go. And the first thing they do is tell you you don't need anything. Russia says Deputy Foreman discussed bilateral issue with U.S. envoy to Moscow. What is a bilateral issue? This ought to be good. Russia says Deputy Foreman discussed bilateral issue with U.S. envoys to Moscow. Bilateral means good for both sides. What's good for both sides here? All right. Reuters. Oop, Lord. Excuse me. Sorry. Reuters. Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei Rybakov. Yeah, also, I get to fuck shit up on Twitter reading all these names. Uh, Ryabkov, Ryabkov, and Washington Ambassador to Moscow John Sullivan discussed bilateral issues at a meeting on Monday. Russia's foreign minister said in a statement, "Yeah, you keep talking fucking nuclear war." Is that the whole fucking article? A paragraph. Why is this an article? Why is this the article? I'm serious. Look at this. Hold it. Hold it. This is ridiculous. Okay, so here's the story, right? Here's the headline. Reuters, right? That's it. That's the story. The rest of this is why nobody trusts the media. Why is that? What that story is 5 sentences long. It barely makes not even 5 sentences. It makes a paragraph. Russia. Reuters Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei Ryabkov and Washington Ambassador to Moscow John Sullivan discussed bilateral issues at a meeting on Monday, comma, Russian Foreign Ministry said in a statement, period. That's it. It's a run on sentence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. 28 words. You fuckers are slipping. You really are. They don't give you news. They give you pronouncements and then they go back to their giant castles. That's not a news story. That is outrageous that that would even pass as a news story. Ugh. And they're the first people that uh, they want to bail out from the government. This shitty work. They overpay themselves. Oh God. Twitter capitulates to Musk is just another sign the stock market is in trouble. I think you're reading into shit. I think the stock market's in trouble because there's a finger on it and no one trusts it anymore. The dialogue remained in Mexico shows how U.S. immigration policy has reached peak what? Has reached peak confusion. Yeah, no one solves anything. They kick the ball down the road. You have all these people living here like they're citizens with no paperwork. It shouldn't have been allowed in the first place. You can't let them stay, and sending them back is mean. You made in between people because you were not decisive, but you always took a check, which makes you corrupt. You did not solve America's problems as you are there to solve America's problems. Anna Taylor Joy wants to shave her head for Mad Max prequel. Why is that a story? Shave your head or don't. It's your hair. Who cares? Who gives a fuck? Hair grows back, ladies. Except especially for y'all, and maybe not for me. But yeah, why is that a story? Here's another one. Uh, the Atlantic, Republican magazine, news magazine. Running Twitter is going to disappoint Elon Musk. How do you know what's going to disappoint Elon Musk? Why is that a story? And I can tell from that title, it's an opinion piece. And your opinion, is just as valid as his opinion or my opinion, right? It's an opinion piece. And these guys are wrong all the time to begin with. So, CDC moves Caribbean island from low travel risk to high. Ugh. This thing is going to be around for at least the next 3 or 4 years, and then it's going to disappear, and then it's going to make another return in about 4 or 5 years, maybe 3 or 4 years, and then it's going to make another return maybe 2 or 3 years after that, because that's what the Black Death did 670 years ago. 670 years ago. When was the Black Death? Because I remember looking this up 10 years ago. Um, and I happened to look it up when it was the 666th year since it happened. When was because I'm fun at parties. 1346 to 1352. That's 6 years, right? Spanish flu, April 18th to 1920. That's February 1918 to April 1920. That's 2 years Spanish flu. Third plague. I don't know what the third plague is. 1855 to 1945. That's 95 years. What the fuck is the third plague? Third plague. Great Plague of London, 1665 to 1666. Ooh, 16, yeah. You know that 666 got all sorts of people hung from the trees. Deaths, 75 million to 200 million estimated. End date, 1352. So it lasted 6 years. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, right? 600 years. 1946, 2006 would have been 660 years. So 2012, right? 666 years. So yeah, look, I did the math. I crunched it back to when I wrote that, whenever that Facebook post was. It was in 2012, which is 10 years ago. What did I say? 670? 666. It was 10 years ago. So it's 676 now. Again, because I'm fun at parties. All right. Let's just really, before we get out of here, good Lord, my craziness is just a mwah. Let's look up this third plague. What the hell was the third plague? Let's put this here so I'm not. Whoop, let's do this. Okay. The third plague pandemic was a major bubonic plague pandemic that began in Yunnan, China. Oh, everything, all this stuff always comes out of China. 1855, during the year of Xian Feng, emperor of the Qin dynasty. This episode of the bubonic plague spread to all inhabited continents and ultimately led to more than 12 million deaths in India and China, and perhaps over 15 million worldwide, with at least 10 million killed in India alone, making it one of the deadliest pandemics in history. According to the World Health Organization, the pandemic was considered active until 1960. 1855 to 1960? That's 105 years. And it only killed 12 million people worldwide? When worldwide casualties dropped to 200 per year, plague deaths have continued at a lower level every year since. The name refers to this pandemic as being the third major bubonic plague outbreak to affect European society, even though it started in China. The first began with the plague of Justinian, which ravaged the Byzantine Empire and surrounding areas 541 to 542. That's just a year. The pandemic persisted in successive waves until the middle of the 8th century. The second began with the Black Death, which killed at least one third of Europe's population in a series of expanding waves of infection from 1346 to 1353. That's 7 years. This pandemic recurred regularly until the 19th century, until the 1800s. All right. Woo! What do you even want to say? Is this a bonus show? Huh. I don't know what this is. These are the creamy nuggets. uh, you know what? When they dredge the lake, they find bicycles and shit. This is some valuable dredging that they're finding before we kick this shit off, uh, and build our own intergalactic starship to where are we going? This international starship. Hopefully, we're going to Wrightsville, right? We could be going to ridiculous Stan. Well, Pakistan, yeah, ridiculous Stan. But we won't know until we get there. Kaiji Pan indicate the wave 19th century, early 20th century. Pan may have come from two different sources. The first, primarily bubonic, was carried a person rides cargo fleet. The second was more variant strain, primarily pneumonic, in carried with strong person-to-person contagion. This strain was largely confined to Asia, mainly Manchuria and Mongolia. Oh my God. They just had people stacked up on top of each other who died of the plague. Oh my God, this picture is horrifying. Ugh. Wow, that's amazing. All right, we can't watch any more of that. That's disgusting. There were just people stacked like firewood, and there was this guy in a mask and a white hat and a white gown, just standing there looking at, like, just look at me. I'm taking pictures with these once living people, and there was a bunch of them. There was like a bunch of them. There was like 70 of them, just kind of like stacked like randomly, but it looked to be about four people deep. You just saw feet. and every the occasional one just kind of like stiff, tossed to the like across. Not awesome. If I stream from the golf course, but that would be a tragedy, is what that would be. Uh, oh yeah, I could learn to golf. I could go to Top Golf. I wonder if I call Top Golf if they'll give me free golf lessons to stream there. You're a fucking genius, William. Maybe I get a pair of golf clubs out of this. Maybe I dare to dream. Maybe I get a golf cart. I'll be on the highway with my tinted. I have them put windows in it and just yeah. Um. All right, I'm not as funny as I think I was. Wow. So we did an extra 25 minutes. That is awesome. Will we be back tomorrow? I want to say yeah. You know what? If I'm gonna stream, I'm trying to get everybody to move to my Karma Armor Twitter account. I might start a new Twitter account. I don't even know what I'm doing. Should I start a new Twitter account or use the Karma Armor Twitter account, which I got for gaming? Oh God! And you know what? It's a mess. The budget is gonna. Well, to start a second Twitter account was free, right? So the account was free. I just need to. Excuse me. Ooh, I just need to use it. Um, yeah, I don't even use my regular Twitter account. I gotta get some synergy going on here. Location streams. Here's the problem with location streaming for me. I've got this $1,500 iPhone that I don't want to take out, all right? Or I've got this $1,500 uh, iPad that either way I don't want to. And then I'm gonna need a battery charge. So if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna be the talent as well as talking. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on all this equipment. Um, and then there's always a random idiot, right? So then in order to do it, I'm gonna have to sort of like cajole my family members into helping me. So I guess I guess my locations things are gonna have to be at family's house, using their backyard, kind of keeping it simple like that, until I can get like a good core group of like helpers out. But the politics stuff is just me sitting here. The gaming stuff is just me. But when I leave the house and get other people involved, it's gonna be a thing. Oh wow! All right, it looks like this morning looks like I'm beginning to sweat. What is the temperature outside? What's the temperature outside? Fine, don't tell me. What's the temperature outside?
It's 75 degrees right now.
I'll take it. All right, I guess that's it for us. We will be back. I want to say tomorrow, but I'll tweet about it on my Karma Armor Twitter. So please like and subscribe to my Twitter, and I will tweet at you guys. We will likely be back tomorrow. We're just sussing around the hours when we're gonna move these hours around, because I have sitting over here 10 a.m. right, which would be here. It would be no. That says 2 to 3 hours, and then says two, and that says 4 to 5 hours. So I mean, I could get up and do a 10 a.m. show to two and just get the whole thing. Good lord, I don't know. All right, we're gonna figure this out. We're gonna suss it out. We're gonna figure it out, and then we will let you know what the drama rama bees. Thanks for coming through, man. This has been one of the quieter days on this Hats Free stream. I didn't even get many of the lights cut on. Um, I guess it's time to go get something to eat. Take care of yourself. Have a good night. I will see you tomorrow. Like and subscribe. Let me show you where to like and what to subscribe to. Um, yeah, Karma Armor right there. See that? Karma Armor on Twitch, but it's also Karma Armor on Twitch. But it's Karma Armor 2. Uh, Go to Twitch and my Twitter is there. So please like and subscribe there. And we will see you in the next one, which is tomorrow. Take care of yourself, William. Um, Location streams. That's a really good fucking idea. All right. Everyone, take care. Tomorrow we'll be back for a little bit just to make sure that all the stuff is moved out and we return the rental keys. We will see you in the next one. Mwah. Peace out.